Yeah, my name's Brett Gantz. I currently live in Sarasota, Florida, and I grew up in Ohio. I grew up being an athlete. Second half of my life, I've been working in operations, running manufacturing facilities. So a lot of multitasking and a lot of busy leadership roles. While I was living in Ohio, I was coming off and off from the interstate and sitting at a light, and someone rear-ended me. And thought I was okay, but turned out that I wasn't. And I got diagnosed with whiplash and concussion. And everybody told me it should only take a month or two to get the concussion to pass. And I found out there's this thing called post-concussion syndrome. I've been living that dream for the last 20 months. So it's been a journey, and a difficult journey, because it's hard to find people in one place that help treat all the symptoms that you have with post-concussion syndrome. I saw neurologists, I've seen ear specialists, neuro-ophthalmologists, and the biggest thing that I found was that my physical therapist guided me and pretty much diagnosed that I had a vestibular problem with a balance. The hard part is dealing with all the symptoms that comes from all the concussion, and being able to get the right treatment, and it's multidisciplinary treatment. When you have this, you have to find it yourself, and you find somebody that does this part and somebody does that part. And when I found CognitiveFX, it seemed like the place where everybody's at one spot and they're looking at what you need and trying to tailor your treatment to what the data tells you that you need to work on. And it's just been a blessing to be able to come here and have this done. Everybody on this team has the same behaviors. They all are here to help people. And it's very refreshing, because that's very difficult to find. And everyone here is extremely well skilled at what they do. Most unique piece is how they all collaborate and work together to solve the problem. It was interesting. For 18 years, I worked at Nike, and I ran their air program for all the air manufacturing. So I had a lot of people, and a lot of really smart people, PhDs and engineering people. It's very unique to be able to get people to play as a team, and it's very difficult. Here, it just seems like the teamwork is like off the chart. It's a very unique place. The innovation cycle is faster than you can learn how to manufacture something consistently. So trying to take those two and get it to work together with a bunch of people, I know how hard it is to get people to be able to try to steer in the same direction, even when they have the best intentions. So that's what really made this place very unique. It was interesting. The first functional MRI, I knew I messed up the testing because I couldn't remember all the steps I needed to follow even when I was in the MRI. So I was frustrated, because it was part of my symptomology, and plus that I came here with headaches. I've been having headaches for almost 2 years, and before I never had headaches even when I was sick. So having all those symptoms and coming in, and then finding that as you start stepping through this, there were some days that I was just, it was like I was disoriented, but my headaches were subsiding, and I was learning techniques to be able to even work and deal with my headaches to make them go away, which I wish I had learned that 2 years ago. The easiest thing to say is it was up and down. There were nights where I wake up at 2 o'clock and I was up until 5 o'clock. That's unusual. I knew there was something different happening while I was going through the process. And when I'm with some of the patients here, I know everybody's on their own journey, and some people were struggling more, and some days they were really at a good place and I'm struggling more. But at the end of this, it's only been 4 days of treatment, and after I got out of the functional MRI for the second time, I just felt I had so much energy, and it should have been at the end of the day. That's when I normally am crashed and my batteries are just discharged, and it was just the opposite last night. It's hard to put in words, but it's an experience, or it's how you feel. For me, this week's been just very unique, and I'm so glad that I found this place. I think the cool thing about this is it gives me a flashback to my athletic years in college and such. And there's a program that I know what I need to do, a roadmap, and it's almost like exercising your body, but it's really exercising your mind, and there's steps for me to follow, and it's my workout program, and that workout program just needs to be part of my life eventually. So I just incorporate these things that I've learned just into my everyday living. to be able to stabilize me, keep going forward. I think I'd recommend anybody to come here. You know, with anybody that's had a brain injury, everybody's different, everybody has different needs, but the uniqueness of this place is that that's what they do, is they find out what your needs are and they work on those to get you back in the game. So it's sort of like, you know, if you have a body, you're an athlete. That's a saying at Nike. If you have a body, you're an athlete. And this is just like, if you have a brain injury, this is the place to come to get better and to heal yourself.